Welcome back to the Lemon Tea Podcast, episode 19. I'm Gabriel.
And I am Jerry.
And today we're going to do some reacting, I guess. But we're going to go on Reddit and react to the subreddit called Am I the Asshole? Which is basically the person posts a post and they ask the whole Reddit if they're an asshole or not, and people give them verdicts, and we can give our 2 cents onto whether we think they're an asshole or not.
Oh my god.
So do you use Reddit often, Jay?
Alright, so for me, actually, I don't. Usually Reddit is for like video games and stuff for me because I look at guides and stuff, like communities wise. But I actually do browse a lot of the Hong Kong subreddit. I mean, it's not they call it the Golden Forum.
Right.
It's pretty hot. It's pretty hot in Hong Kong.
It's not actually a subreddit.
Oh, sorry,
Like, it's not a Hong Kong
yeah.
subreddit on Reddit. It's actually like the Hong Kong's version of Reddit.
Version of Reddit. Yeah.
Right, and it's called
That's
Golden
exactly
Forum.
right.
And
Yeah,
I think
it's fantastic.
yeah, some of the posts there are pretty dank because it's literally unfiltered. There's no like, nothing is politically correct there, and everything is just anonymous. So people, the worst and best people sides of people come out on forums like that.
But again, I'm pretty sure a lot of I say like 70% of them are just copy pastas because they're probably fake. Like a bit too much for some of them.
That's true.
So yeah.
All right.
So yeah. Let's get right into this one.
Okay. So do you want me to read it?
Yeah. Yes,
Okay,
please.
okay.
I started too much.
All right. Am I the asshole for insisting my boyfriend eat respectfully at a nice restaurant? Okay. So my boyfriend, 20 years old, male, L and I, 20 female, have been dating for 7 months. Oh, L is the boyfriend. Okay. We usually eat takeout if we want to get something to eat. However, I recently was promoted, so we went to eat a very nice Italian restaurant to celebrate. Like one with the enforced dress code. Okay. Oh, I hate those restaurants. I actually don't like going anywhere fancy because
Alright.
I don't want to dress up. I mean, I can, but I don't want to if I don't have to. But I guess it's sometimes nice.
Let's go.
My boyfriend is not the nicest of eaters, which can be kind of gross, but I deal with it. However, I didn't realize he had no table manners. At the restaurant, after we were served our first appetizer, a beautiful plated bruschetta dish, Elle looked at me and jokingly asked if I would be upset if he enjoyed his meal the same way he would at home. I told him that we were at a nice restaurant and there were other customers around. He didn't say anything, but instead started digging into the prosciutto with his hands, ignoring the serving fork, getting sauce all over his fingers. I let this go. However, when the pasta came out, he smirked at me and ate like he hadn't eaten in a week. Wow. He dropped.
Mimic, right?
I kind of. I mean, okay, if he was eating the pasta without a fork, then for sure that's memeing. Like, there's no
That's
way.
mimic for sure. For sure. I mean, he did smirk though.
That's true. He dropped his fork and started picking up pieces of chicken and noodles with his fingers, getting sauce everywhere. The tablecloth, his hands, his clothes, his face. He didn't miss the opportunity to loudly burp after he had finished everything. After finished destroying his side of the table. The table next to us was astonished. My waiter even asked him if he was okay. Other customers were staring. He also put up his feet on the chair next to us, blocking the aisle. I had no idea what to do. I didn't want to make even more of a scene, so I just asked for the check, which I paid, and left really embarrassed. On the way home, I told him how embarrassed I was and just said that it was my fault for not letting him. He said that it was my fault for not letting him enjoy the meal as he pleased, and that since we were paying customers, the other guests had no business judging us.
This have to be fake, right?
That's okay. If it's real, if he's not memeing, that's a big yikes.
That's a meme. I mean,
so they have been dating for 7 months, right? And it sounds like he's very comfortable being a dick around her.
okay, so as I said in the Hong Kong version of the Reddit, there's a lot of copy pastas.
Copy pasta.
I legit don't think this is real. This
Okay, let's assume Let's assume this is
Assume it's
real,
real.
right? Okay. Would
Yeah.
you, if you were in the girl's position, would you break up with the guy?
That's hard. I don't think so. Not this particular incident, but if there's a lot, if this happens again and again, maybe.
Like if
But
it's a persistent
I
behavior,
I
right?
can't. This
I
hard.
I feel like
I can't tell if he's like this all the time, or is he, if he's trying to be cute and quirky with his girlfriend at that particular moment. I can't tell.
right. I think he is not trying to be cute or quirky because she prefaced it by saying, "Hey, we're going out to this really nice restaurant. There's a dress code." A normal person would be, "Oh, dress code, nice restaurant. Okay, I should be presentable. I should be, have manners, right?" And like she said, he has no manners, and
This is interesting because I haven't been to a dress code, quote unquote dress code restaurant in quite a long time.
right.
And
But even if you
even
do,
in Hong,
you wouldn't eat like that, right? Or at
I mean,
least,
I can't tell how serious this meal is really, because to be honest, dress code for me is long pants and closed toes shoes, right?
right.
That's pretty much it. And I'm usually, even in like fancy restaurant settings, pretty casual. So maybe not to the. I do use my hand from time to time, even in fancy places. But
Right.
the pasta one, I think he's just memeing on the pasta one, trying to like be cute. I don't know, like trying. He did smirk as we just
Yeah,
said.
yeah. Okay, let's see. Let's see what does Reddit think. The first one says, "Not the asshole."
He smirked at you.
Smacked at
See,
you. He knows
he
exactly what
smirked
he's
at you.
doing. Took pleasure in public
Yeah,
embarrassment.
exactly. Yeah,
This
he's just fucking
open.
with you.
Okay.
I agree, dump him. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
I agree too. Like even though
No,
she
I mean,
is
I'm just reading off this. Okay, I'm
okay.
not gonna. Yeah, yeah.
No, I feel like okay. There's two scenarios. One, he is actually just he has no table manners. He doesn't know how to act right. That's fine, right? Because you can just tell him, oh, by the way, hey, you're supposed to act this way in like a formal setting. This is what is expected. And if you don't want to go to things like these, we'll never come to this again. We never have to eat at fancy restaurants. If it's not your scene. But he's kind of doing it out of like spite. Oh, not spite, but like, oh, quirky. I'm quirky, haha.
Yeah,
Like you said,
this
right?
funny. That's what we do, right? We're on quarantine for too long,
Right.
and I'm just gonna act the way that I'm at home having my dinner,
Right. I
And
don't know.
that's the interesting thing about like fancy restaurant and trying to eat with table manner, right? You
Mhm.
try to act that you're all posh and shit
Mhm.
at the beginning, but after you finish like your soup, or like you're at your main, you kind of give up usually, because
Mhm.
your fork can't get into the bone, you can't cut the meat out, and you say, fuck it, I'm just gonna use my hand, I'm gonna bite on this meat, you
Yeah,
know what
I
I
totally
mean,
agree.
man?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's like, it's whether or not you put in the effort to act. You know what I
Yep.
mean?
Yeah, for sure. And like, I don't
Yeah,
know if it's like as bad as this person say like, oh, first he does this, then he humiliates you, then he abuses you. That's like a lot of like jumping to conclusions. Like we don't know the context. They have been dating for 7 months, right? And like
yeah,
I feel like
I know
if
for
you
sure.
date less than a year, you're still trying to figure the other person out. Like, of course, there are things that you'll find out even later on, but before 1 year, you can be very comfortable with each other, but there are still things that could surprise you, I guess,
Yeah, I mean, I feel bad for the
for the
for the
girl.
girl
Yeah,
here.
for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, she might. I don't know why people are judging. To be honest,
Well, okay, no.
I think
So
as long as you're like comfortable.
the whole point of this post is if she is the asshole, and I think we can agree that she is not the asshole, right?
Oh yeah, her boyfriend is definitely the asshole
Right.
here.
We'll cut that out.
Oh, yeah, we can cut the ads
Yeah,
out.
cut the
Yeah.
ads out. No ads here. If you want ads, please contact us in our
Description box.
description below. We have an email down there. All right, this one, 4,000 votes.
Whoa, that's a long one.
All right,
Okay,
should we
let's
go
go.
for it? Okay, am I the asshole for refusing to take in my sister's baby after I took in her daughter?
What
Okay.
the fuck?
Okay, 7 years ago, I, 35F, adopted my niece, 9 years old, from my sister, 26. My parents have health issues and could not take her in, so I took on the responsibility. I love my niece and I would never ever blame her for my sister's mistake, but it unfortunately uprooted my life. It caused a significant sidetrack in my career, and I've had to turn down better job offers, even because they wouldn't allow me to stay close enough to home. My parents love my niece, but cannot take on the responsibility for caring for her, so I don't want to separate them. Okay, makes sense. I had never planned to have children. I even had a boyfriend before I took in my niece, but he also did not want to have children, and we made the decision to part when I took her in. Oh, wow. Uh, we have never hid from my niece who her biological mother is, and even though the first few years of her life were hard, three, three, year, 3 years ago, my sister started being in our lives again. She told me that she wishes for me to keep raising my niece because I have the better job and can afford it. My sister only has her GED and can hardly afford to keep herself afloat. She usually lives with her temporary boyfriends, so she doesn't have to worry about paying for her own place.
That's fucked up.
Yikes. At this point, like
That's
so
weird.
far, she's had this 26-year-old mom has a 9-year-old daughter that she has not been taken care of.
9.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
wow.
and she said what 3 years ago she started being in the lives again. So the moment the sister gave birth, she gave up her child, and then her sister raised her for 6 years. And when she's 6 years old, she wants to come back in the life of the child, but she doesn't want to take care of her. But she just wants in her life. Okay.
Okay, let's continue. I'm gonna expect from the title that there's gonna be another
Yeah,
baby.
there's gonna be another child. Where was I? Okay,
My sister.
my sister acts like an aunt to her daughter, not like a mother, and my niece still loves her mother greatly. This past holiday, we were at my parents to open presents, and my sister gave my niece a present to open. It was a shirt that said, "I'm going to be a big sister" on it.
Yo, fuck me.
Bro, we weren't sure what this meant, but my sister informed us that she was pregnant and that she would not be able to keep it, and she was once again expecting me to take in the baby. What
Dude, is this even
the
real?
fuck? My niece was so excited at the news, and my parents were happy to hear they're getting another grandchild, but I was just floored. I burst into tears immediately and just walked out. My sister came in to talk to me, and I told her that I wouldn't be able to take in the baby. I don't want a new baby. I love my niece, but raising her is enough responsibility already. My sister told
True.
me I would be wrong not to take in my niece's brother. She didn't mean to get pregnant. Apparently, she was on birth control and doesn't know who the father is. My parent couldn't take on a baby either, so it's up to me. My sister told me I should feel blessed, but I don't. But I told my parents and niece, they were all very upset, my niece especially. I don't know what to do, but I can't take in another baby. I know it is my niece's sibling and my sister's child, but it would completely ruin my life. My parents and sisters are trying to get me to change my mind about this.
What the
Wow.
fuck?
What?
Dude, is this even real?
Okay, there's no way on earth that she is an asshole, for one. And two, like, she's already going beyond above. Like, she already raised her sister's kid for 9 years. And I'm sure, like, she's not getting compensated for it. Like, she's not getting,
No way.
like, normally, let's say if you were a single mom, right? And then you know who the father is, you still get, like, child support and stuff like that,
Well, I mean, she can go around and ask.
Right, but then, like, I feel like this, she's already doing such a big favor, and another kid, like, she doesn't even want a kid in the first place.
Dude,
That's
birth
so.
control, birth control don't work like this.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure. Okay, birth control is not 100%, right? But when
It's
used
90.
correctly, it's like at least 99%.
Yeah.
And I'm sure, like, just listening to this story, I'm sure the sister, like, maybe she fucked up.
Mistime.
She missed a day or something.
Yeah.
Or I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. Would you? You have a brother, right? Would you? Let's say, what if your brother said, "Hey, Jerry, I need you to raise my kid. I cannot do it." Would you
Yeah,
do it?
nah. No, I can't. I can't even take care of myself. Guys, we're living in Hong Kong, right? I can't even afford my own apartment. I'm
Uh,
25.
would you say
No, fuck
so?
no.
Your niece is pretty. You have a
Yeah,
niece, right?
this actually is super interesting. This is
Mm.
kind of exactly what happened to my brother, but
Oh, really?
my nephew, yeah, my nephew is actually outside, but fuck no, I'm not gonna take care of him. There's no way.
Mm.
No way, absolutely no way. And if he have another one, I'm pretty sure my whole family is just gonna ask her that partner to just drop it. There's no way we
Right,
can
right.
afford another baby. Like I think that's the Asian mindset. Is that we're
Yeah.
more
We're
realistic
very
to say,
practical. Like it's like, oh,
yeah, we
we
are.
can't afford it. Not gonna have it then.
This is not that we're saying that we don't love the baby or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
but if we are gonna have a baby, then it. I hope that we could provide a normal life
Mm,
and
mm.
a normal family that they could live in.
Right,
So
exactly.
there's no way that if we are expecting another baby that me or my parents would be able to raise them,
Right, right.
because I'm gonna assume that this poster's parents are what 50, 60, in
So
their
she is
50s or 60.
35 and the sister's
Oh,
26.
35. Yeah, I'm just gonna have a rough estimate of 60 then, because
Yeah, at
yeah,
least at
that
least
sounds about
60,
right.
and they could go up to like 70, 80, right? They
Yeah,
could be very,
I
very
mean,
old.
they I know there are examples of grandparents taking care of kids. So I'm not gonna say that couldn't be possible, but
Right.
again,
But
it's a kid.
in her case, it's not even possible. And so that's the part where I hate about the parents where they, even though they cannot contribute, they're still trying to force the second child onto the poster of this post, which is
Yeah,
insane.
yeah, yeah.
Like how
I
can
think
you like guilt trip someone, right? And say, "Oh, you should feel so blessed that I'm giving you this child to take care of for me." Like, what the fuck? She doesn't want it. Like that's not a blessing. That's another it's another liability that she didn't sign up for, right?
this is interesting because don't quote me on this, but to a certain extent, I feel like there's kind of a cultural difference. Because I
Hmm.
think in Western culture, having a baby and dropping it is more significant
Hmm. Hmm.
than, because again, as you said just now, that because in the Asian culture we're more practical and straightforward, so
Hmm.
we plan everything ahead of time, and having an unexpected child, I think in a Western mindset, they usually be like, "Oh, we're so happy to have a child," like,
Right.
"Oh, this like gift from God or whatever," right?
Right.
But as an Asian, if we have an unexpected child, that is like I can't even say
Catastrophic.
yes, that word, event
Hmm.
that will like pretty much ruin the whole family,
Right.
because you're
Right.
not planning or expecting one and you are not ready for it.
Hmm.
You might not be financially ready, and you don't have a house, you don't have space. Hong Kong apartments are small, so for us Asians, huge issue.
Hmm.
We wouldn't. There's no way that the parents or the sister, and the sister is extremely selfish, of course, right?
Yeah. Yeah. For
This
sure.
time, there's no way that will be able to raise a child.
Hmm. Okay.
Because yeah,
What if a new scenario, right? Let's say that you do plan to have a child, but then
yep.
it so happens your child is a twin. You weren't ready for a twin, so would you get rid of one? Like,
That
how does that?
that 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 I could adjust my that I guess, because
Okay.
to an extent I can still plan for it, because
You
that
said like
shows
nine
that
months
at
time
least,
or whatever.
yeah, right, no, at least I know that I have the financial capacity to do that, because
Okay.
I wouldn't be like, okay, here's the bare minimum of having a child and I'm ready for it.
Right.
It will probably be like, okay, I have enough to take care of myself. I have enough, more than enough to take care of my child, and okay, I'm ready for it and plan for that.
Mm-hmm.
So if we do have a twin, yes, it will still be very difficult, but not like this, not bare minimum difficult. It'll be like over bare minimum, but it will still be hard, but we can prove through it type of difficult. Because there's no way I'm gonna drop it. Like if we are expecting a child,
Right. Yeah, definitely agree.
If you're talking about like a quadruplet, like whatever quadruplet,
Yeah, you just drop two and you're like,
yeah, there's a 10. Okay, huge issue. Huge.
Dude, there are people who have like 13
I know.
quintuplets or some shit.
Yep, I don't even know. I don't even know the English for those,
Yeah.
but yeah, dude, that's gonna be bad. Even triplet, bad. I think that would. But at least we are planning for it, and even if it's a curse, we did not use protection. I think we should be held responsible for our actions. So yeah, but this particular like, if she was on birth control, she did not expect it. She expect her sister to take care of it. That sucks. I think there's more of a realistic example, but I'm surprised that this poster actually decided to post it on Reddit and let the world to see.
This is what am I the asshole for? Because okay, in her situation, it's everyone that she knows in her life is saying, "Oh, you're the asshole that you're not taking on this." And I guess it's like,
I think to a certain extent
she wants some kind of like validation, right? I feel like
because I know she to a certain extent might feel that she is the asshole for not taking care of another need. So maybe this for herself.
Yeah, which is definitely valid. I feel like in a lot of sense, you are blinded, you're clouded whenever you're in this situation, right? And when everyone you know is against you, it's kind of Reddit is a really nice place. I feel like Reddit. I ask so much stupid question on Reddit, and people just answer because it's literally just people not trying to sell anything and real life people talking to you. So sometimes I feel like answers on Reddit could be more helpful than any like information you find on some Google sites. But
dude, the Hong Kong one, everyone is just gonna throw you.
that one is not for information.
Oh yeah, you post a story and actually I break up. Everyone will be like, yeah, here's my number. Call me instead. All right, let's see the verdict.
Oh
wait,
shit.
we're not gonna.
Sorry. No, you're right.
I'm pretty sure this will be a not as.
Yeah. Okay, she threw you on this in front of everyone, including your daughter. Not the asshole. Yeah, like.
I mean, it's pretty straightforward.
It's pretty unanimous. Let's try to find one that's like controversial. I invited my mom for my wedding because she got me a different. What? Do you want to read this one?
Dude, this okay.
Okay.
How long is it though?
It's not very long.
Okay. Are all the Reddit posts this fucking long?
For this subreddit, kinda, because they have to tell a story.
It's like a story.
They have to give you context to see if they're an asshole or not. But not all. Yeah. Okay. Am I the asshole for uninviting my mom from my wedding because she got me a different gift than my siblings? I want to preface this with, it is about the money, and it is also not about the money. It is hurtful to be treated differently, and I know Reddit believes that no one owes anyone anything, but I feel like a mom does owe her kids fair treatment. I'm getting married in May to the love of my life, but I don't think my mom is a huge fan. But at least she isn't one of those crazy moms that try to break us up. There was one incident between them, but beyond that, the relationship has been mutually civil. So there's an incident between the mom and her...
And the spouse, the man, the husband.
Yeah. I'm very lucky, and my parents paid for all my schooling, including my master's. My mom seems to think that is the norm, but I understand most parents can't do that, and I'm very fortunate, which is true. My fiance didn't have that opportunity, and she works part-time and took out loans. She currently has $80,000 in student loans, but is working her ass off to pay them back. My dad doesn't think I should marry her while she has them, but I made it very clear that isn't up for discussion.
Oh, it's a man.
Okay, yeah, it's a man, and then
the fiance.
The fiance is a woman who is $80,000 in loan in student debt. Okay.
Okay.
My dad is also paying for the wedding, When my sister got married, my dad paid for the wedding, and my mom gave her a cash gift. I don't want to get into the exact numbers, but it was extremely generous and probably
Hmm.
more than the down payment of a house. What?
Ooh, yikes! Yo,
For
this is a
wedding?
nation. This is a nation.
Are you? Mm,
This is a
okay.
nation.
I think
This is
you
a
might be
Chinese
right.
thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, this is
It is a
Chinese.
very like Asian thing to do
Very Chinese. Yeah, everything
for
from
wedding.
top to
Yeah,
bottom.
to give like a big
No,
wedding
not even the
gift.
wedding. Not even the wedding.
No.
Even the top. That sounds like very Asian.
Mm,
Let's
okay.
just continue. Let's.
I have another sister who is getting married in September, and I found out that my mom promised her the same amount of cash, but not me. I was pissed because I believed at the time she was doing it because she dislikes my fiance. I confronted her and let her know if she was going to exclude my fiance or be hurtful just because she doesn't like her, there will be consequences. My mom said it wasn't about not liking her, it was about the student loans. My mom explained that both of my brother-in-laws have no debt, so the money was to start a future. But she knows if she give me the money, it would go to the loan. True, and she feels she shouldn't be responsible for someone else's kid's college education.
That is a very Asian mindset,
I
and
tried
I
to
kind
explain
of
that paying down the debt ASAP is the best interest of my future. My mom said that she had thought about a lot about it and asked her husband for advice. They both have kids from previous marriages and keep their most money separate for estate planning purposes for their kids, so he doesn't have any vested interest. But he also hates me, so go figure he said no. Okay,
I don't understand the part.
so she
There's a previous marriage
no
with
this
her mom.
guy's dad and mom are separated, or like the
Ah,
dad is
okay,
not
okay,
in the picture. So he has a
okay,
stepdad.
okay,
Oh wait, no,
and
but
and their asset is separated.
wait, no, okay. So the dad is paying for the wedding. So the dad is alive, and the mom has is remarried to another guy, and they have children of their own. That's
Okay,
not this poster's father.
okay.
Okay. Um, My mom says she feels bad, but I shouldn't punish her over a gift. I didn't say much at the time, but I thought long and hard and decided I don't want her at the wedding. She doesn't like my fiance. She doesn't care about my future as much as my sisters. She's playing favorites with her kids. I texted her my decision and she never replied. My sisters now say they aren't coming to the wedding, and my father is furious and demanding I re-invite her. My fiance actually teared up because she feels so supported, and this does hurt, but that has to be my priority.
Yeah.
So is the
So
guy?
is the
So
dad still paying for the wedding?
I think okay, yeah. So the dad is still paying for the wedding. The only thing
Okay.
OP is angry about is that he is not getting a big wedding gift from mom.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
That's his only gripe with her. Um, wow.
That's hard. That's hard.
This one is pretty difficult. I still there's a couple of things I want to like address. So I mean, he is kind of right saying that paying off the student loan is priority number one because that is it's an existing loan, right? And if the mom doesn't pay the guy money to pay off the loan, it would still hinder him. Like it wouldn't change the fact that um, his future is not as bright with the money he can invest in property. I
Yeah,
also see
I
where like the
mean,
mom doesn't want to like because her philosophy is like I've done my job as a parent where I pay my kids student loans or like I pay them to college, and now I have to pay another kid. Like what is
yeah, yeah.
right?
I think that's where my conclusion of that's an Asian story. That's
Asian, yeah,
yeah, this is very Asian. I can't this can't be more Asian.
right.
Like, dude, this is
Mm.
I have so many stories, similar stories that are like that. Oh, that's insane, man. That's like I'm not gonna generalize all Asians,
Mm.
but a lot of family issues from Asian families do happen because of money
Mm.
and distribution of money. For example, there's stories that I've heard is like the parents promise to provide the down payment for a couple, and later on they decided to not provide that.
Mm.
So they had an argument. It's like, hey, you promised to provide us with down payment. Why don't you pay it?
Mm-hmm.
Like, why don't you help us out? And then the whole family crumbled pretty much. So yeah,
Yeah, I think, like you said, money. It's bad to talk money between friends and family. I feel like because at the end
for
of the
sure,
day, everyone want money, right? There's no one who would
for sure,
not want money, and
for sure.
yeah, I don't know. I do feel I do get where he's like, oh, you're playing favorites, or well, it's technically not playing favorites because she has a legit reason not wanting to give him the money. But
Yep.
I think she
This
like the mom is an asshole for not giving the guy the same money as the other people as her other kids. Like whether or not she has debt, it shouldn't matter to the mom, right? Because for her output is the same. It doesn't change. She's not paying more for the guy in a sense, right?
hmm.
Even though it is going to like a less valuable investment.
Dude, they're so dude, they're so Asian. It's killing me. Like, dude, I don't know how to
Mm.
put it. Like, that's such an Asian thing to do. And especially Asian moms,
Yeah.
they usually hate their what's that, daughter-in-law, is that
Daughter-in-law.
what you call it?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
daughter-in-law.
There's so much of those issues. And I'm not gonna be an asshole. No, actually, not really. I'm not gonna assume that. I don't know if the fiance is a Western or Asian. Maybe
Mm.
there's some issue in that as well, because
Mm.
they did say that there's one previous incident, right, or something
Right,
like
right.
that.
But
So
they didn't touch on that.
yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, I honestly don't know,
All
and
right.
and
I think okay. So what is your verdict? Is the poster an asshole for uninviting his mom to his wedding because the mom didn't give a fair or didn't give him the money that she promised or like she gave to her other kids? Like despite the mom being an asshole or not.
mm, I don't think he's an asshole.
Mm. For uninviting her, I
Maybe
think.
for me, because
Mm.
I love planning and stuff. The
Mm-hmm.
most annoying thing that could trigger me is someone changing something last minute. Or
Mm.
like I planned everything I had. As you know, in our group chat, if someone did not say anything until Friday, that they can't come, it triggers the hell out of me. Okay, so stuff like that is really annoying. Because I have
Right.
everything planned out, even though I'm pretty sure this person could probably um still pay off the debt and have a
Right.
relatively easy
Right.
life. But
Right.
at the same time, that amount of cash does help,
Mm.
and e- I don't know if paying off her debt was the
It's
right
the
thing
right
to do,
move.
because to be honest, that could actually be a down payment, right? They
Yeah.
they could have two debt working together and manage it if you can
Right.
work
Right.
out your finances. You know what I
Right.
mean? The money not necessarily have to be going to the to her
Student
student
loan.
loan debt, which he did admit that the money will go to his future student loans,
Mm-hmm.
which is not something that I particularly would do. Maybe I would work out with mom, like, hey, uh, give me the amount. I'm gonna use it wisely on something else. I'm not gonna use it on her, and stick with that promise. If
Mm-hmm.
it is a one-time transaction to please both sides, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's
Mm-hmm.
gonna benefit the fiance as well, because it's money that will
Eventually be hers.
eventually be reinvested in her, and I
Right.
doubt that they will have a problem if they're a normal human being with a normal working pair of hands, that they will be able to pay off the student loans.
Mm.
So that's my thought, and I think it's a matter of working it out with your parents or not. And
Mm-hmm.
if she is insisted to, mm, I think not inviting is. I think it is really, yeah. I think
So you say it is
It's some.
justified that he uninvites
It
her.
is. I think it is
I
because
think okay.
she's not gonna be happy anyway. You know what I mean? If
Right,
she
right,
arrived in the wedding,
right.
so why not just don't come? But again,
Mm.
this lingers on with the two of his sisters and his father.
Right, right.
But
There's too much. Yeah.
too much happening. But I am gonna side with him and say that he's not an asshole.
Interesting. I would disagree. I would say that he is an asshole because
Mm,
at the end of the day, yes, sure, she's not treating everyone fairly. She's going back on her words. But at the end of the day, it is her money to give, right? If she changes her mind, it is her
mm.
choice to do it. And going to a wedding, for most people, it's once in a lifetime thing, right? And by you uninviting your mom, she raised you for however many years. She paid for your education. She paid for your
Hey,
master's.
she went to two already.
That's true, but like this is her first son. This is her first son, right? She has two daughters, and this is the
Mm.
first son. So like,
And if this is an Asian thing, it's significant.
right, exactly. So it's like I think he's an asshole because you can always go back and talk to your mom. Like, hey, mom, okay, yeah, I went too far. I shouldn't have uninvited you. The money thing, we can discuss that later, right? The most important thing I feel
Mm.
like is her bond with her mom because basically him doing this, it's not just, oh, you can't come to my wedding. It's basically saying, oh, I want you out of my life.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
And in a bigger sense, he is cutting her off of his life for money, which you can earn
Yeah.
by yourself. And he
Yeah.
he has a master's degree. His fiance has a master's degree. And I'm sure, like you said, like if they're normal working people, they're earning a good amount of money. They can eventually pay off
Just
just to
normal.
certain
Let's
land,
just say normal. Yeah.
right?
Normal
And
amount.
and like and if they want that down payment from her mom, if they don't give it as a wedding gift, maybe she'll give them later on or something. Once you pay off the student loan, once you like clear
Hmm.
out that like conflict, then you can be like, hey mom, look, we don't have student loan anymore. Maybe you can help us with this house or something like that.
Yep. Yep.
I feel like
I think with those plans set out and cleared out between the two, then for sure, I think something would be worked out. But as of this moment
mm,
of them being so stale with each other, I
mm-hmm,
think for me it's like hey, you're not gonna respect me, you're not gonna respect my fiance. It's
mm,
my life, you know what
mm,
I mean?
mm-hmm,
So if you don't want to play this fair, then don't come to my wedding. You're not gonna be happy anyway, you know what I mean?
mm-hmm,
So that's just my feeling. And of course, as you've just said, like if they are able to talk it out and all that, then that's fantastic. I think
right,
that is the way to go.
right,
But yeah, I feel like I don't know, maybe it's just the Asian part of me. I want equality in everything. Everything
mm-hmm,
must be set out to
mm-hmm,
my plan. So especially a wedding, that's something that's going to be extremely expensive. And again, his father is paying for the wedding. It's something
right,
that's Asians would do.
right,
His
right.
parents would usually pay for the wedding because let's be honest, we can't afford it. A wedding, not even in I don't know about
Yeah,
America, but in Hong Kong, weddings are huge,
yeah,
huge, and each table is so expensive. Decoration,
yep,
photo,
yep,
all
yep,
that. It's gonna take up, let's just roughly say 2 years of your income, of your
right.
early income.
And I feel
So
like,
even the wedding ring, as we've said in previous
oh my
podcasts, it's gonna
god,
be 3 months of your income.
dude,
It's
yeah,
huge. That money is significant
yep, yep,
to the person. Even with a master degree, you're not gonna just randomly throw out 3 years of your earning. You know what I
yep,
mean? So
yeah.
that money means something.
Right, right. I definitely agree because once you're starting out, any amount of money is good money, and it does hurt. But like at the end of the day, I think the act of uninviting your mom to your wedding, that is an asshole move. Despite the fact that the mom is also an asshole in this case. Uh,
Yeah,
so everyone is an
yeah.
asshole in this situation. So
I,
I
I
think,
I I feel that as well. So for you, it's like, hey, family is big, but for me,
yep.
I think it's like, hey, you want to fuck me, I'm gonna fuck you too. You know? Oh, pop pop. You know? Those
Mutually
guys
agreed
scenario.
destruction.
Yeah, mutually destruction. I think that's
All
yeah.
right, let's see
I
what
mean,
this Reddit thing.
I I rather she not come and not have a sour taste
Right.
than she come
Right.
and
Well,
make
but
a
you
huge.
can say like, okay, mom, if you're so disgruntled, just don't show up. Right. You don't have to uninvite her because uninviting her means, oh, you can't show up. You put the ball on her court. Like, oh, you hate my
Mm.
fiance so much, just don't show up. Right. You're not gonna come with a gift anyway.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I like that passive aggressive move.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Can I buy
that might
that?
be a better one. Yeah. But yeah, I don't
Okay.
know. There's
Let's
no
see.
real good way.
Let's see what does
I think a lot of people will say he's an asshole.
yeah. Oh, this guy, you the asshole. You can invite or
That's
disinvite
so low.
whoever, but there's no real argument about but yes, paying off the. Okay, this is
This low.
yeah. Fuck, I don't want to read this. Okay, okay, no, I'll read it. If your sister's marriages collapse, they get a refund on that investment. What do you get back from the loan payment if you and your soon-to-be wife split up? Ooh, good point. You're basically throwing it away, right? Present unsecured investment, the risk of your loss rather have. Mm. I think in this case,
Yeah.
then they should. If mom still wants to give the money to them, they should put it in the house, like you said, and then the wife just focus on
Yep. Exactly.
paying off her loan
Exactly.
because it's her
Exactly.
responsibility, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's the super Asian thing. It's like the mom always expect the fiance to break up
Mm.
because like that's for them, for Asian moms as well.
Uh huh.
That's what they're planning. They always
Yeah.
think of the worst case scenario.
Yep. Yep.
Like
Yep.
they always want their children to prevail in every single scenario. So
Mm-hmm.
they do not want any people, like they wouldn't see a fiance or another person from their own family as
Mm.
their own, as the bigger family. They
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't say that. Even
Yeah.
if you're married, then you're still someone else.
Right. You're still an
You
outsider
know,
almost.
you're still an outsider. And that's why a lot of Asians have this type of issues,
Yeah. Yeah.
especially with their fiance and the mom.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to find a balance, but yeah. Let's see. Let's see if
Yeah.
another response. You the asshole. You're an adult. Between you the asshole and everybody, I think this means
Yeah.
everybody sucks hard or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever. Yeah. I kind of get it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Everybody sucks. Yeah. Not the asshole. Not the
Not the
asshole.
asshole. Not the asshole. Right.
Not the asshole. Everyone voting. Everyone voting
What?
you the asshole. Just jealous. OP has wealthy parents. This is a everybody sucks at worst and very arguably a not the asshole. Interesting.
Mm.
Yeah, I think this was pretty good. This was pretty split. Like even us, the first two we were like, okay, yeah, they're not the asshole.
Yeah. That's
This
obvious.
one's a good one. All right.
Yeah. This part. This one.
Yeah,
All right.
and I think with that we can wrap up our little first Reddit episode. I think
Dude, my
that went
mind is
pretty
still
well.
kind of fucked. My mind is still kind of fucked. I don't want to assume that they're Asian, but
Yeah.
this is so Asian.
Okay, let
like,
me.
like I'm just putting this scenario in an Asian standpoint. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
in an Asian perspective, this is exactly what an Asian like. This is scenario is so fit for Asians.
Let me
And,
see.
and to be honest, it's happening all the time.
Oh yeah, for
It's
sure.
for sure. It's like
Yeah,
for Asian
it's
culture,
very
this happens
common.
all
So
the time.
common.
Because it's super common for Asian parents to provide them with down payment or a huge cash gift, like not even from parents, maybe from uncles or
Right.
aunties,
Right.
you know,
Right.
like from close relative.
Yeah,
This
like
is
rich
extremely
close
common.
relatives. Yeah.
And even for weddings, we as Asians we have to provide like laikam, which is the
Mm,
wedding money. Like every family have to
yeah.
provide with that, and the money is significant, and there are tactics that people could earn a pretty wealthy sum from wedding.
Like earn a
And people
profit
actually,
from the wedding, right?
yes, people
Yeah.
can actually earn a profit from wedding.
That's
Can you
crazy.
imagine?
That is such a
That's
crazy idea.
insane. Yeah, that is because in the Asian culture, when you are invited to a wedding, no matter if you're coming or not, you still have to pay up.
Yeah, you still have to kind of.
If you,
It's like
if you get the invitation, which is called heitip, right, you
Mm.
still have to pay up.
yeah, yeah, which is crazy.
That's insane.
Yeah, because
That's
if you don't
insane.
pay up,
keep
like you are
profit,
the
yeah.
asshole, right?
You're an asshole, right?
Yeah.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And that's why there are tactics like people would like mass invite
Yeah.
People that you don't even really know. You might as well just invite your whole office. There are stories
Right.
like that.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Don't invite me,
So
Jerry.
so
Don't invite me. I don't have money. Don't
that's
invite me to
insane.
your wedding.
I thought you were gonna have a Western wedding, right? So the Asian
uh,
traditions, like the Asian
yeah.
traditions, can
Like,
be wiped off.
well, okay.
Yeah, you
So I
would.
think like a wedding is more for my parents or like for my fiance or like for my partner, right? And it's for me. I think the best wedding is no wedding. Or like maybe like a small dinner with my friends and be like, oh,
Oh yeah,
we're
yeah,
having
yeah, yeah.
fun. But like I don't normally typically enjoy like a big wedding. It's too much for me. Like social gathering events just give me too much anxiety, and yeah, if I don't have alcohol in me, then I can't function in a social event.
Yeah, my GF did talk about like how we skip the wedding and use the money in honeymoon or
Ooh,
something. You know
dude,
what I mean?
that's
Like,
take
dude,
that
we
offer.
could have
Take that offer.
we,
Yeah.
we we could have like a 2 weeks just a fuck you honeymoon with like
Hell
because
yeah.
let's be honest, if we have a small dinner, I'm not gonna be the cheap asshole and say that hey my family is probably gonna give me cash gift like as all Asian
Yep.
parents
Yep.
would do, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would they would give us a pretty hefty load of money, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yes, we could use that into investment, which we would, and we would use a lot of that into a really well planned out honeymoon. Why
Mm-hmm.
not? It's
Right.
better than like putting on a show for everyone. You know what I
Right,
mean?
because it's more. I feel like it's more worth it for you because it's like a whole experience where you can be
Yeah,
like, wow, this. Yeah, like it's
yeah,
like
and and
a
and
yeah perfect honeymoon.
and for me, I got a bro anyway. My dad have already experienced the whole
Right.
package. And, like, he got a grandson, so I'm just outside the picture. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
just leave me be.
Yeah,
But I am the
your
last
brother
of
already
the
ticked the boxes for your
yeah, yeah,
dad.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, I love the last story, but
Yeah, that was
I
epic.
know we're dragging this out a bit too long, and I think we are more than over the time limit. I think we should
Yes.
wrap it up.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you everyone for coming in. Hope you guys enjoyed this subreddit episode. Um, we still have a lot of topics, but I do want to wait for Sidus to come back and talk
Mm-hmm.
about them because I know some of the topics he's very passionate about,
Mm-hmm.
and I do want to wait for him to come back. So yeah, hope that next episode we'll continue on normal discussions with
Yeah.
the three of us, and yeah, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll catch you back up from on the next episode of the Lemon Tea Podcast.
See ya.
Goodbye, everyone. Bye bye.